have been evacuating South Africans from Sudan, as have many other countries, due to the intense fighting in their country. It's been a nail-biting wait for some of the family members, and we've seen their arrival at OR Tambo tonight. Khayelihle Khumalo is there. Let's take you live to OR Tambo International Airport. We apologize for some of the unstable visuals there, but it looks like some people are crowding around the South Africans who arrived after 4 o'clock, and it seems like they're now coming out into the terminal. 10 people expected to land tonight. Some were evacuated earlier. And this is, like I said, a worldwide initiative, but unfortunately, as Khayelihle said earlier, a 72 ceasefire offered by both sides in this conflict to allow some sort of evacuation and help for those really affected by the fighting, but no breakthrough in talks or anything like that. All right, let's see if we can contact Khayelihle at OR Tambo International Airport tonight. Khayelihle, can you hear me?
Well, absolutely, Francis. I mean, it's a bit of a very frantic situation. So it's a culmination of a very long story, as finally about 10 South Africans who were stuck in a conflict in Sudan are finally here. So I'm just going to get a reaction from Jonah. I'm so sorry, Jonah, to put you on the spot, but tell me, you're finally back in the country. How are you feeling?
No, very good, very relieved. It was a long wait in Sudan. We're grateful to be back, and just thanks to everyone that helped us get here safely. Just a huge relief, but it's like I said to the guys before, it's with a heavy heart that we left Sudan. We're doing some exciting work there, and we really hope that they sort out their situations, and then we can get back there and continue working.
Tell us about those moments. I mean, we saw, all kinds of skirmishes and, the conflict in full swing. How are you guys coping under such precarious environment, highly unpredictable as well?
Well, luckily for us, we were in Port Sudan for the entirety of the situation, because that's where we're based. But on the first 2 days, there were a lot of fighter jets flying around Port Sudan and bombing the RSF bases. So luckily we were on the outskirts of that, but we could still hear the bombs and hear the shooting. But what can you do? You're in a situation like that, you just got to hunker down and be positive as you can and try and get out on the other side.
And what's the first thing you're going to do? You're back in South Africa now.
I'm going to light a fire and have a braai.
Well, I thought as much. So, Francis, we're going to try and get as many people as possible at this point in time. But let's just hear from the family. I mean, Claudine, we spoke to you earlier, and Jonah finally is back in the country. A sigh of relief, I would imagine.
Very, very relieved. I was very happy when I heard he's on his way, but to see him, it's just wonderful. Yeah, very, very happy.
Okay. And how are you guys going to ensure that he does get like a very good reception at home,
Oh my goodness, there's cold beers waiting, and I'm sure you want to braai, hey?
All right. Okay, Francis. So very cheerful scenes here at the OR Tambo International Airport, as the South Africans, at least about 10 of them who were stuck in Sudan, they are finally home. But obviously there's a great deal of excitement, and I'm just going to try and see if I can get someone else's. Sir, were you also in Sudan? Do you mind talking to us? Yeah. Just come and really share a word. I mean, tell us about this entire ordeal. Obviously, I would imagine it was quite a very traumatic experience, being right to the crossfire.
That wasn't not for us. We were in Port Sudan, not in Khartoum. There are other members of the group that were in Khartoum that had horrific experiences. We just had like a 2-day war, was very quickly over, no real casualties, and then it was just a matter of waiting to get out. The Saudi government was amazing. They helped us a lot. Saudi Arabia, we were taken out with a battleship, and they treated us like royalty. We haven't had anything traumatic on our side, the Port Sudan crew. The issue really is with the guys from Khartoum. Some of them were 5 days without water, without food, couldn't move. That was a bit harsh on them. Yeah.
Okay, and I would imagine you guys, you hope to see peace prevailing in Sudan so that you can go back and continue with the work.
Absolutely. That is paramount now, is to get things back to normal. We think about the people that are still left behind. They've lost everything. It's really a traumatic situation for the Sudanese people themselves. Us expats have been looked after and we've been brought out, but they haven't.
Thank you so much indeed, sir, for your time. So Francis, one of the evacuees, really just sharing with us his experience in Sudan about what transpired. But obviously there's a sigh of relief here at the OR Tambo International Airport. A lot of delighted faces, a sigh of relief from the family members and the evacuees who are finally home, who are yearning for this moment to be right back here in South Africa. Obviously for Sudanese, you can really hear that there's a great deal of concern for Sudanese, some of them who are still stuck in that particular conflict.
All right, thank you very much. SABC's news reporter Khayelihle Khumalo reporting live from OR Tambo International, where those evacuees from Sudan, South Africans, finally returning home, some of them after a long and arduous journey, arriving back at OR Tambo on South African soil tonight. And of course, that is a big focus. Many of them concerned, as Kaya said, about the ongoing fighting in Sudan that has led to evacuations of nationals of many countries, if not most foreign nationals from Sudan.